Welcome to the AMCOP slash Nephio 4.0 OAI private 5G orchestration demo. In this demo, we are going to demonstrate onboarding the core, edge, and regional clusters to AMCOP, and then create a private 5G app catalog for open air interface core and RAN, and create a topology intents. As part of the intent, we orchestrate OAI 5G RAN to the regional and edge clusters, and similarly OAI 5G core to the core and edge clusters. So once we instantiate the topology, the final step is to validate the deployment and validate the end-to-end data path connectivity. And this is a demo architecture that we are demonstrating today. So the box here, you see the AMCOP plus Nephio, which is deployed on the central cloud, and we have three kind clusters created on the edge plus core and regional cluster. So using Nephio slash AMCOP, we orchestrate the OAI private 5G core and RAN to these target clusters. This is a login portal of the AMCOP 4.0. We log in as admin. And then we create a tenant. Once it is created, click on the tenant and go inside and add the edge side. Provide the region side, latitude and longitude. Then click on create. Then again click on the arrow button on the edge side. Then you get the option to onboard the clusters. So we'll onboard the core, regional and edge cluster. We'll onboard the edge kubeconfig file. Then we'll onboard the regional cluster. Okay, now that we have onboarded all the three clusters, now we'll create an app catalog for the private 5G. Click on add package. OAI core, logo URL for the OAI version, and private 5G. And in the kind, please select core and upload the core KPT packages. And click on create. Then similarly create OAI RAN. Click on create. After a few minutes, the packages will get displayed here. Okay, now we click on the tenant and I click on the OAI tenant and the edge side. Now we create a new topology. click next and select create new and select the RAN package and map the cluster to each of these RAN devices. So DU will be deployed on the regional and user plane function will be deployed on the edge cluster, and COCP again it will be on the regional. And there are few more advanced configurations that we can configure as part of the day 0 configuration, like PLMN config, RAN config, etc. But in this demo we are not going to do that. And click next and select the core and select the placement intents. So select core cluster for all the core components. For UPF it will be on the edge user plane function, and rest of the components are on the core cluster. Okay, then click next and upload the day 0 configuration file. I'm just uploading the dummy config file for now. Then click on create and click on instantiate. It is currently instantiating, and you can see that the core and RAN is instantiating and code is completed. And meantime we can go to the git repository, and in the catalog we have created the private 5G catalogs, and all of these core packages are created here. This is a core, and similarly the RAN packages is also created, CUCP, CU, UP and DU. And once the pods get created on the edge, regional and core cluster, we can see all those pods packages here in the core and edge and regional repositories. So now we have instantiated from the UI and we verify that the pods are created on the target cluster. We'll verify the core cluster where the core pods are running, and we can see that all the pods are up and running. And similarly we look for the UPF which is deployed on the edge cluster, and it is also running on the edge cluster. And now we verify the RAN deployments, regional and the edge cluster. Right, the CUCP is running on the regional cluster, and DU and user plane function should be running on the edge cluster. DU is running on the edge, and similarly the user plane function should be also running on the edge, right? And we have already deployed the UV on the edge. Now we will export the IP interface as environment variables and verify the UV logs. We can see that registration is accepted and successfully configured the OAI tunnel interface. And the final step is to verify the end-to-end connectivity, the data path connectivity. Right. And we execute the ping command to the internet using the source as the OAI tunnel interface, which the traffic will pass via the user plane function. And we can successfully ping to the internet, and this concludes the end-to-end data path connectivity is working as expected. Thanks for watching the demo.